Hello, I'm Roisin, and for the Circus Space Pirates today I'm going to teach you some beginner hoop tricks that I still use every day when I'm hooping. So today I'm going to teach you how to do a weave, which is a nice, super simple trick that you can teach to kids, but you can also use it yourself in a routine. So we will do a front-facing weave, which we do on what we call the wheel plane. So the idea is that I am inside a wheel. So it looks like this when we're on the wheel plane. But in this video to teach you, I will turn around like this and face this way, but I am still in the wheel plane. I'm just facing forward. So to begin, the first position is kind of like, imagine you have a handbag. So you have your handbag over your shoulder like this. That's how I like to think of the beginning position. Okay? And then basically we're just crossing the hoop from one side back to another. So I like to think of it as making a cross with the hoop. So first I make this side of the cross, and then I'll make the other side of the cross. 1, 2. And you try and make your cross, like the narrower the cross can be, the better. But when you begin, it might feel awkward, so maybe you're making a big cross, but the smaller you can make the cross, the better. So one tip I would say is to keep your hand and your wrist quite loose. If I take my hoop or handbag and I have a very strong grip or I'm holding it too hard, this is not looking very nice and I have to move my arm a lot. But whereas when I keep it nice and loose in my wrist, the sensation is that the hoop is just falling into my fingers and then back into my palm. So yeah, keep your fingers nice and loose so there's kind of a gap that the hoop can fall around in. So yeah, once you're feeling good with the right hand and it's looking nice, you can try and do it with the other hand. So handbag on the other side, same idea, but with the other hand. And it's always a bit more awkward with your not good hand, but just go with it. So once your weave is coming nice and easy and the plane is looking nice, like this. So what I mean is when you do your weave, the hoop is round when it's at the side, not like this. So once you feel like your weave is feeling good in one hand, you can try and swap hands. So, and it's always a bit more awkward in your not good hands. So how I swap hands is I make a little clasp like this and the hoop is in the middle. So to try and do it slowly, my hands are clasping together and for a split second they're working together and then they swap. So right, clasp, left, clasp, right, clasp, left. Yeah, once you get super confident with that, you can even try changing hands quickly. And also both hands can also look nice. So my arms are kind of crossed when I do that. So yeah, that's just a little advancement you can do. So for doing the weave with both hands, as I said before, keep your wrist and your fingers loose. So we also do that when we do it with both hands. If it's not feeling so good, you can just, if your right hand is better, for example, let your right hand do all the work and just gently place the fingers of your left hand on top. So my left hand's not really doing anything, my right hand's doing everything, but it looks like I'm doing it with 2 hands. So now that we have our weave on the wheel plane, we are going to use it on the wall plane because it's a nice transition to have into our next trick. For wheel plane, I'm inside the wheel and the movement's here. Wall plane is this way, but the movement is still the same, but the direction of my hips is changing. So to go from the front weave on the wheel plane to the wall plane, my top tip would actually not to be to think too much. You already have the movement, you already know what you're doing. Just keep it going and then just like change your hips to the front. Just try it without thinking too much. So once you have your wall plane, you can experiment being really fast and small, or maybe you want to be really big. You can also experiment where you put your other arm. I like mine behind my back, or here, or whatever you want. So next I will teach you this trick, which I learned so long ago that I can't remember the name. So we asked people on Facebook, and they decided to call it Rising and Setting Sun, which I like, so that's what we're going to call it. So we begin before our sun has risen with the hoop down here just in front of our hips, and our arms are crossed. So we're going to go in the direction of whatever arm is on the bottom of the cross. So my right arm is underneath, so I'm going to go to the right. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 2 is led by our right arm, and 3 and 4 is led by our left arm. So 1 with my right arm, 2, we have our arms crossed here and we're in the middle of the sun. 3 and 4, my left arm is leading. 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Morning, midday, afternoon, night. We have the whole sun. Right hand underneath and left hand is on top. So I go to the right. 1 with the right. 1, 2 with the right. 3 with the left. And 4 with the left. And when you're bringing the hoop around, you're trying to get the hoop behind you. The sun is coming from behind you. So when I go here, look, the hoop's coming behind my elbow. So I keep it quite small. You don't have to go like super big. You can just think about having it behind your arms. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and even though these are beginner tricks, I still use these tricks basically every time I'm hooping, so they're good to have. So yeah, practice them, and I hope it goes well. Enjoy!